Hi guys, Adam Katz coming to you from Reno, Nevada, a beautiful Sunday morning. Yes, I am working hard on a Sunday morning on the Lord's Day, the day that I should be resting, but instead I'm working hard to bring you all kinds of really valuable seeds of wisdom when it comes to running your dog training business. That's how much I love you guys, that I'm working on my day of rest to bring you good information. So today, really interesting video I've got for you. By the way, I'm joking around, but really interesting video. I've got two of my Google AdWords clients who, with these clients, we're using a call recording service. And both of these clients, very, very smart individuals, they recognized that they can't be answering the phone 100% of the time because they're working with clients or they're out working on their business rather than working in their business. And they needed to make sure that the phone gets answered, which is really important, especially when you're running AdWords or any other type of paid advertising. You know, you might be spending anywhere from $25 to $50 per lead, right? And every time that phone doesn't get answered, it's like just letting money slip through your fingers. So these two trainers, Dion and Brienne, they looked at the problem and said, okay, I need a solution. Let's try testing a solution. And what Dion did, Dion hired a just kind of a generic call answering service, a company that has a number of different operators. None of them are specific to him. They have a very basic script, and they're answering the phone for him. And the idea was, you know, rather than the phone ringing 6 times and then going to a voicemail recording, have at least somebody answer the phone, which seemed to make sense. I was actually recommending people do this myself because, you know, better to at least have a human pick up the phone than let it go to a voicemail. The second trainer, Brienne, Brienne took a different route, and she hired somebody specifically, like a stay-at-home mom type, or maybe somebody that she knew. But that woman works specifically for her. And to be honest, I think she answers the phone for a couple of different dog training companies, but it's not like there's a different operator answering the phone. The woman who's answering her phone, she's got a specific script that Brienne wrote for her, and she knows about the company, she knows about the trainer, she knows about the training programs being offered. So both of these dog trainers, great people, they both agreed to let me use some call recordings to show you guys like the difference. And there's a real strong takeaway here, and I'm going to leave you with a lesson as to what I think you should do, because previously I was recommending that you use a call answering service. I'm not recommending that anymore. And I'm going to tell you what I am recommending at the end of this video. So this one's going to run a little bit long. Okay. It's already running a little bit long because I talk a lot, but with all the recordings and stuff, but I think it's going to be really valuable to you, and you're going to be able to listen to what a couple other dog trainers are doing. Now, I do have a training program that's going to be coming out within the next 10 days. That also does a little bit of this, but it goes into more in depth. And I actually share with you the script that I used to get dog training clients to book consultations and show up and not flake, which is an element that both of these people are not doing right now, but they should be doing. So stick with me and let's dig into it.
Thank you for calling Ancillary Canine. This is Inez. How may I help you?
Hi, Inez. I just have a question. I have a miniature pinscher. She's about 2 years old. Is there any way you could train her? She's trained potty-wise and all that, and she's very obedient, but she barks every time we take her out and she sees people and dogs. Is there any way to train her not to do that?
Well, our trainer right now is out. I can take some information from you and have him give you a call back if you'd like.
Okay. I just want to know if there's such a thing as training a dog not to bark when they see people or animals around them.
Yeah, he could definitely help with that.
Okay. I guess he can call me and give me some information.
Sure. What is your name? 00?
Yeah. She's pretty obedient otherwise except for that.
I understand.
So I can't take her for a walk or anything because she goes crazy. An email is gen.net.
Tell me again what it is.
gen.net.
GENV at Comcast.net?
Yeah.
Thank you, Genevieve. I'll give your information to Dion, and he will be calling you back as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
As you can tell, I've edited out the identifying information of the caller for obvious reasons. Here's the problem with the way this call was fielded. Now, the operator wasn't terrible. She had a good tonation. Seemed like she had a pleasant personality. But the problem is that the caller did not get any information and was not given any reason why she should sit around and wait for Dion, the trainer, to call her back. Not only that, she was given a kind of weak, amorphous claim that Dion will call you back sometime later. Okay, she's not sitting around. You know, if she's desperate to get a solution to fix her dog training problem, she ain't going to sit around and hope that Dion calls her back at some point in the future. No. What's she going to do? She's going to hit her back button on the browser. She's going to go back to Google, and she's going to call the next dog trainer on the search results, and the one after that, and the one after that, until she gets a trainer who gets on the line, who actually can sell her either a dog training program or sell her on an in-person consultation. So this lead, for all intents and purposes, in my mind, was lost. If he was able to get back in touch with her, it's basically pure luck, not really by design at this point. And everything needs to be by design. So, you know, these types of calls, it's really kind of like just wasting money because the calls aren't being fielded in a manner which is going to, number one, meet their needs, and number two, really meet our needs. So those two things really are not being met. Let's listen to another one. Same trainer.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Ancillary K9. This is Xenia. How may I help you?
Hi, excuse me. I just have what I hope is a simple question. If I have a dog that I need house trained, potty trained, whatever you would call it, it's not really potty training, but anyway, housebroken is the word I think I'm looking for. Do you have any idea what the cost is for that?
I don't.
Do you guys do that,
I
or?
can take down your information and have Dion give you a call back.
So there's not like a price list or whatever.
I don't have
more
that
complicated
information,
than that.
sir, but Dion will be able to let you know.
Okay. I really don't have time for a call back. I'll just have to find somebody who can give me an answer. Thank you.
So this one was just a completely blown lost lead. Why? Because the caller, from the caller's perspective, he doesn't know that it's an answering service. All he knows is that, hey, I just called this company and we've got this woman. She sounds kind of uneducated. She's certainly not educated about the dog training programs or the business that she's answering the phone for. He wants some information. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't know what to ask. They all call up and they want to know the price, because at this point in the buying cycle, what you offer is just a commodity. And it's your job to kind of take them from where they are and educate them a little bit and make them realize that your dog training service is not a commodity. It's actually a custom or customized solution that's going to help get them from where they are to where they need to be. The person answering the phone did none of that, and she gave him absolutely no reason as to why he should give her his information so that the trainer can call him back and sell him. So totally lost. I mean, this guy, I've been in this business long enough to know this guy could have been sold. He had a problem. He was looking for a solution. All he knew to ask about was the price, which is, again, is not his fault. He needs to be walked through a sales funnel so that we can determine if we can meet his needs and then sell him, uncover his emotional hot buttons and his pain points and actually sell him. None of this was done. This lead was just lost. It's just like, pardon my French, pissing money away when calls are handled in this manner.
K9, this is Bree. How may I help you?
Hi, Bree. I was calling to get information on a board and train for my dog.
Okay, and your name, please?
Lynneel, Lynneel.
Thank you. And your phone number, please?
720.
That's 72093.
Yes.
And your email address, please, Lynneel?
So my first name, Lynne.
Thank you so much. I'm going to get this information to Dion, who's our trainer.
Okay.
And he will give you a call back as soon as possible. And he will be calling from a 970 number, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Lynneel. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, in this one, the operator, again, same dog trainer, same dog training company, using the call answering service. The operator did get the caller's information, but did she give her any reason whatsoever to stop her search? Like once she hangs up the phone, does the caller, does the desperate dog owner have any reason to discontinue her search and feel like, I'm on the track to having my needs being met? No, she didn't. So what she did was she hung up the phone. She says, great, I got one dog trainer. He's going to call me back. Hopefully he calls me back. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I'm going to immediately go back to Google. I'm going to call some other people. I'm going to see if I can get this problem taken care of. And guess what? The minute she calls me or somebody like me, I'm going to close her. I'm going to get a commitment. I'm going to get her credit card. Okay. And even if Dion calls her back and tries to set something up, she's already made a commitment to me. So even if Dion meets her a day before I do, okay, she's still in the back of her mind, hey, I gave this guy Katz my credit card and I want to hear what he has to say. So that doesn't mean he can't sell her. There's still a possibility that he can sell her, but it's just not, the calls are just not being handled in as an efficient or intelligent manner as they should be handled. And I think that a much better job can be done. Again, stick with me. I know this is running long, but at the end of this, I'm going to tell you what I think you should do, or at least what you should test to improve your number of closings and get more commitments and get less flakes.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Ancillary K9. My name is Deanna. How may I help you?
Hi, Deanna. I'm just inquiring about costs for, we have a nearly 4-month-old Weimaraner we're trying to get trained.
All right. I can take your information and get this over to Dion, and he would be able to better give you an estimate on pricing and
okay,
training.
that's fine.
All right. And your name?
Bobby.
All right. And callback number for you, please, Bobby?
720.
Thank you. That was 72042.
Yes.
All right. And is there an email address?
BobBio@hotmail.com.
Thank you. So that was Bobby. So I will go ahead and get that over to Dion, and he'll give you a call back as soon as possible.
Okay.
The callback number that it'll be coming from is going to be a 970 area code, just so you know.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much. You have a good evening.
Thank you. You as well. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, I want you to ask yourself, even though she got the information, was there any reason given for this caller, this desperate dog owner who has a problem that needs to be fixed? Was there any reason given to him as to why he shouldn't immediately go back to Google and continue calling other dog trainers? I mean, she wasn't even able to give him a specific time when Dion would call him back. So he's sitting there wondering, is it going to be 10 minutes? Is it going to be 10 hours? Is it going to be 10 days? As the caller, I don't know. I'm not going to sit around and hope that he finds some time to call me back. I'm going back to Google. I'm going to keep calling trainers until I get one on the phone, and one that knows how to close me and get me in so that I can get this problem solved. And that's just not being done with the way that these calls are being answered.
Good morning. Thank you for calling K9 Ancillary. This is Xenia. How may I help you?
Hi, yes. I was wondering, do you guys do training or certify dogs to become service dogs?
They do training. I'm not sure about the service dogs, but if you'd like, I can take a message and have Dion give you a call back.
And I'm going to stop that one right there. So right off the bat, the person answering the phone can't even get the name of the company right. She said, this is K9 Ancillary. The actual company name is Ancillary K9, which, by the way, is a name I'm not crazy about, but let's set that aside for a moment. If the person answering your phone can't even get the name of your company right, because she's sitting there, she's looking at the landing page or the website, right? And she's saying the website's name is Ancillary K9. And then you got this person answering the phone who sounds, her vocal tonation, everything sounds like she just is not happy about being in the station in life where she is right now, which we don't want somebody like that answering the phone for us. Number one. Number two, she doesn't even know the name of the company. Okay, so I'm the customer, I'm the desperate dog owner, I'm calling, somebody answers the phone, they don't even know the name of their own company or the company that they're working for. Give me a break. Okay, so secondly, the woman says, hey, I'm looking for service dog training. Do you guys do that? And the woman fielding the call, the operator says, I'm not really sure. I know we do training. Does that in any way inspire confidence? If I'm the caller, I'm the dog owner looking for a dog trainer, and the person answering the phone doesn't even know whether or not they offer service dog training or not. I mean, they're a dog training company. I would think you should know what it is that you are offering, right? So this solution, I think everybody listening to this, including Dion, can agree. This solution just isn't working for him. There's a lot of calls coming in. These are calls that maybe he doesn't offer service dog training, so maybe this is or isn't a good lead. I mean, we would get calls all the time for service dog training, and what we found was that a lot of times, really what they were looking for was a dog that they can take with them into different establishments, into restaurants, and know that the dog's going to listen, or take with them into Home Depot. They're not necessarily looking for a traditional service dog. But we don't know that because the person answering the phone doesn't even know what we offer and what we don't offer or how to field these calls. So it's really a waste of money at this point. And again, stick with me just a little bit longer to the end of this video because I want to show you what I think is a good alternative. Now, in this next one, this is a different dog training company. This is my friend Brienne. Her business model is a little bit different. So she's got somebody answering the phone for her, and it's somebody that's a dedicated person that just answers the phone for her and maybe one or two other dog training companies. But she's got a specific script that she uses. She's familiar with Brienne, the dog trainer service, and you could just hear it's a totally different vibe. There's a totally different feel coming through this phone conversation. Now, there are some things that I think that Brienne can improve with her script, like getting a commitment, like getting a credit card, which is going to tighten up what she's doing, make the operation run more efficiently. But all we're doing right now is we're comparing having a dedicated person answer your phone versus just kind of a generic answering service. So check this out.
Hi, Sit Down Stay Dog Training. This is Annick. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering how much it is for a couple of training lessons.
It depends on what you're looking for. We currently specialize in a boarding school program. Do you currently have a dog that you're running into some challenges with?
What was that? I'm sorry, my phone was breaking in.
Okay. What are some of the challenges you're experiencing with your dog right now?
Well, we just got a new German Shepherd, and my old German Shepherd, I don't know, he lost his mind. We've had him the new one for about 3 months now. And he used to be good. We used to be able to walk him off the leash and everything. Now he just doesn't.
Whoa, right off the bat, way different conversation. Now, same type of questions, right? He called up, he said, hey, I'm looking for dog training. I want to know what the price is. And the woman that's answering the call for Brienne, again, different company, different way of fielding calls. She's using this person, a dedicated person, to answer the calls for her. She immediately says, hey, let me learn a little bit about what's going on with the dog. Number one, it builds rapport. Okay. Number two, it demonstrates that I'm willing to listen to what's going on with your life. I'm not just immediately trying to sell you. It's a much better approach. And also it moves him away from the price issue. So let's go ahead and continue and we'll see what else happens during this conversation.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 6.
6 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And has this behavior been going on, for a while, or is it something new that's just kind of started?
It's been going on for about 2 or 3 months ever since we had got the new German Shepherd.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the type of training, like I said, we specialize in is a boarding school program. It happens in 2 phases. The first phase of the program is where you would send the dog to live with Brienne in her home. Then she would clean up any nuisance behavior you're experiencing, teach him proper house manners, work on leash walking, as well as do training around distractions and introduce him to new environments. And then the second phase would be where we would do private lessons with you. So in the private lessons is when we would teach you the commands and how to communicate with them, how to keep up, with the commands that we've taught you. We basically transfer that leadership onto you in the second part of it. What we usually do beforehand is a consultation with Brianne. She can give you a call at a convenient time and talk to you about the programs and listen to your dog's behavior and what's going on with it, and basically customize the program for you. Are you available for a phone call tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can set that up. So the phone call is about 30 minutes. It can go on to 40 minutes depending on how many questions you have. I have available slots tomorrow in early afternoon or late afternoon. What would work for you?
Late afternoon will work.
Okay, I have 4 p.m.
That's fine.
Okay, and may I please have your name?
Andrew?
And an email address where we can send you a bit more information?
It's Drew.
Okay, I'm just going to go over that to make sure I spelled it correctly. Some people spell things differently in the email. So I have Drew D. So I have that saved, and Brianne will be giving you a call on Friday at 4 p.m.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Have yourself a great day.
All right.
Okay, well done. So again, this is somebody that Brianne is paying, I think around $400 a month or so to answer the phones for her. Let's go through kind of the checklist of things. Number one, did she have a pleasant phone voice? Did she sound enthusiastic and upbeat? Yes, she did. Number two, did she sound knowledgeable, at least have some awareness of the company that she was answering the phone for and what the company offers? Yes, she did. Number three, was she working off a specific script to take the caller from, hey, I want to know the prices, to, yeah, let's book a consultation? Yes, she did. So she nailed all three of those. Okay. Now, is there room for improvement? Yes, of course. But it is working. Okay. And it's working a lot better than using the generic answering service. So really well done. Now, I'm going to explain a few things that I think Brianne can do to get even better results from the system that she set up. But the most important thing is that she set up a system. Okay. And it's an intelligent system. It actually works to take them from what price to, yeah, let's book a consultation. So good job on that. Okay, so what can Brianne do better with her script? I don't have time to go over everything, but just three real quick ones. Number one, we want to focus on mentioning some benefits instead of just features. Now, when the woman answering the phone is talking about why, why she should book an appointment so that Brianne can get on the phone with them and actually sell them, although she doesn't say that. She doesn't want to say that either. But, what reason should they have? So she listed features, and what's going to work better is to list some features as well as benefits. Okay, these are the benefits. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get so much. This is like, to spend 30 to 45 minutes on the phone with Brianne, you normally have to pay $200. But you're going to get this for free because it's part of this special offer that we're doing right now. Well, that's going to give them a reason to get excited and wait for the call and want to book the call. Okay, so features and benefits. Number one. Number two, I would incorporate a pitch for getting their credit card, which again, my training is going to focus on. It's one of the aspects of my training focuses on. To get their credit card, because once you get their credit card, they have some skin in the game. Now, it's not to charge their credit card. It's simply a mechanism, a psychological mechanism to get them to make sure that they do write it down in their calendar and that they are there waiting for your call. Because we want them sitting next to the phone. Just, I can't wait to talk to Brianne. I'm getting this $200 value for free, and she's going to tell me, what we can do with my dog. So that number two is getting the credit card. Number three is what I noticed when I looked at the call log, a lot of the calls are still not being answered. So it's a good solution you set up, but I figured that there's probably times when the woman who is answering your phone is in the bathroom or driving, to the store, and she simply can't answer the phone. And so for those, the calls are still going to a voicemail. And so here's what I want you to do with your voicemail, the calls that do end up going to the voicemail, or for those of you sitting at home in Facebook land or YouTube land, and maybe you're new, maybe you can't afford to have a dedicated person answer the phone, use the following strategy to set up your voicemail recording in order to have a better chance of getting them to leave their information so that you can call them back and pitch them on your in-person consultation. Okay, so if they hit your answering machine, you need to give them a reason to leave their information and you need to sell them on the idea that they should be waiting, next to their computer or by the phone to get that call. So I don't have an actual script for this. I just want you to kind of understand the concepts, and you can come up with your own script. So when somebody calls, the voicemail message is going to say something along the lines of, "Hi, thanks for calling Katz Trains Dogs. I apologize, I'm with another dog training client right now, but I will definitely call you back before the end of the day today, but possibly much sooner, possibly even within the next 10 minutes. But because I wasn't able to pick up the phone, I want to give you something that we normally price at $9.95, but I want to send it to you absolutely free. It's my report titled, 'Don't Hire a Dog Trainer in Marin County, California Before You Read This Free Report.'" It's going to list 7 things you need to know about the dog training community here in Marin County, what we're doing differently from everybody else, how to get your dog to listen to you anywhere you go, how to fix housebreaking, barking, biting, jumping, pulling on the leash, all of these things. I'm going to give you this report for free, and it's going to talk a little bit about how we fix dog behavior problems. It's also going to tell you a little bit about our program. But we will definitely be calling you back, possibly within the next 10 minutes, definitely before the end of the day. Again, thanks for calling Katz Trains Dogs. I'm Adam Katz. Leave your name and your phone number and your email right after the tone. Okay, now I just came up with that. I'm sure if you spend 10 or 15 minutes, you can come up with an even better script to use on your voicemail message answering machine. Does anybody really use an answering machine anymore? You know what I mean. But let's look at what we're doing. We're giving them a reason to leave their number. We're telling them when we're going to call them back, if not sooner. And we're selling some stuff just by the nature of listing what they're going to learn in this free report. Now, some of you may be wondering, like, well, if I tell them all this stuff in this report, what reason do they have to call back and book a consultation? Or what reason do they have to after I email them the free report, what reason do I have to go ahead with the free consultation? Well, the way that you do it is you tell them what they need to know, not how to do it. That's the difference. You tell them what, not how. And remember, the purpose of the sales letter is to get them excited about getting on the phone with you and learning more about your program. So listen, I want to thank both Dion and Brianne a ton for letting me use their calls. That was really brave of you guys. I think the world of both of you guys. I think you're both incredibly smart, and I know you're already having success. Hopefully this information will allow you to reach even more success. Can't thank you enough. I think you're both fantastic. Love you both. We'll talk to you soon, guys. If you have any questions about this video, post below in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, post in the YouTube comments. If you're watching in the Dog Trainer Marketing Group, leave your comments there, because I'd love to hear what you think about everything that we covered in this video. Also, if you need more dog training clients, if you want to get more desperate dog owners calling you, get in touch with me at browningdirect.com. We manage Google AdWords campaigns for professional dog training business owners. We're getting some amazing results. Guys, I'm Adam Katz for the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook. Take care.